Hey everyone, welcome to Scuttlebutt Episode 3 with your host, Vendow. So, I've got replay pan in the background here from Parisian is Lyon. He's on a North American server, so I will see you guys on the other side. Alright, so like I said, welcome to another Scuttlebutt episode. So we got a bunch of news to talk about, and that is the nature of Scuttlebutt episodes, of course. So I guess we'll just kind of go right down the list, because there's really no other way to do this. But, so we got Kings of the Sea, Supremacy tournament getting ready to kick off here. I know there has been talk, not only within my clan, but in several others about getting a team together so everybody can battle it out in the training room to decide who is the King of the Seas for Supremacy League. So the sign-ups began on the 20th of April, and they're over. Yes, as of today, they are over, but that's not why we're talking about it. What we want to focus on is how this event is going to fall out for everybody. So in order to stage up the groups where they decide which teams, and there'll be a maximum of 40 teams from the North American server, they're going to kick this off by, on April 28th at about 3 p.m., they're going to start a round-robin tournament where, you know, there's going to be knockouts, quarterfinals, semifinals, things like that, and you'll find out which 40 teams are going to make it into the Supremacy. So that'll be fun for all those that are involved in it. I am not. I personally am still extremely burnt out from clan battles. I know there's a lot of us out there. I'd wager to say a good portion of our clan is pretty burned out from clan battles. You know, you get to deal with carriers in Supremacy. I mean, if you're a carrier captain and you wanted to, you know, kind of jump in on a little bit of competitive play in your carrier, well, that's an option. 2 battleships are going to be there per team. Well, you know, we're probably going to see that in clan battles next season, but we'll come back to that in a little bit. So, first and second place get 30-day premiums for the winners of Supremacy. Second place, you get 1,000 doubloons in addition to the 30-day premium, and 2,000 doubloons for first place winners. Everybody gets a boatload of camos. You know how they call boatload of camos. So, obviously, the higher up you place, the more camo you're going to get. But third place and fourth place, you'll see 30 days of premium with camos. Fifth and eighth place, you get 3 days of premium. Sixth through ninth place, you get a single day of premium, and the 24th to 17th place, you get a single day of premium. So, I mean, I guess, you know, to each his own. If you all want to participate, it is definitely there for you. Well, Wargaming has a financial offer for you, if you're interested. Amazon Pay is running a bonus with Wargaming, or Wargaming is running a bonus with Amazon Pay. So if you use your Amazon Pay, you can get some doubloons. My lucky contest winner got to see the benefit of that. I waited 4 days until I cashed out his 1,000 doubloons so that he'd be able to get the 10% bonus doubloons through Amazon. So he got 1,100 doubloons for winning that contest. If I had done it at the very day that I announced him the winner, he would have been out 100 doubloons. You know, 100 doubloons. He might use that for a restock on something maybe one day. Who knows? Any, you know, free doubloons are free doubloons, right? So I wanted to give him a little bit extra there, so I was able to wait for that. But if you do over more than 7,000 in doubloons on a purchase, you actually get 13% bonus, and anything over 16,000 gives you a 15% bonus. So if you're looking to stock up on doubloons, this is a good time for that. So yeah, take advantage of it if you want to. How do we even begin to talk about these new Waterline episodes? that the two Phils from Wargaming have put out for us. There's a lot of useful information in there. So they say that they're speculating, but when people like this talk about, upcoming possibilities for wargaming, it's pretty much gonna happen. At least I seem to see a pattern where if either one of the Phils make a mention in the forums, it tends to come true. So one of the biggest comments made was the potential change to clan battles in the next season, or if not this season, and the following, where they're going to change the team layouts. Instead of 7v7, it will be 8v8, and that extra ship will be a battleship. So now you can run 2 battleships if you choose to in clan battles. This is going to completely change the meta, which after 2 seasons, I'm okay with that. I don't foresee anybody going around in clan battles, if this change happens, with only 1 DD. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a double DD meta across the board. You're going to want to hard counter that battleship, and the only real hard counter is going to be the destroyers. So 2 destroyers, 2 DDs, rest cruisers. I see that as a minimum setup. I mean, obviously, you could then go 2 battleships and X amount of destroyers. I don't ever see anybody doing less than 2 battleships. Why would you? I mean, yeah. I don't see why anybody would do that. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about this upcoming change to clan battles. Throw your comments down in the comments section. I'd love to see your thoughts on it, whether you think this is a good thing or a bad thing. Who knows? Wargaming could be watching. If you have a valid point as to why this might be a problem, speak up now and let them know. It is your opportunity to be heard. I don't know if my little 100 viewer channel is going to get seen by Wargaming, but you never know. So there is also upcoming ships. They talked a little bit more about the 2 Phils, that is. Talked a little bit more about the upcoming split to the Japanese destroyer line, so that those of us that love the Akatsuki will be able to see more 100mm DD destructive damage. Well, that's a lot of Ds in a row there. Yeah, but we'll be able to see a lot more of that 100mm DD play. So the Tier 10 boat is a completely fictitious. Wargaming has decided that if the Japanese did progress past what is being used as a Tier 9 boat, this is the way Wargaming thinks they would go. So it's a completely fictitious boat. There is no blueprints, nothing on it whatsoever. But frankly, I don't think the Japanese would have ever progressed to a 100mm destroyer in the 1950s, which is kind of where Tier 10 play ends up falling out. It ends around 1950, 52. But I don't think anybody at that point would be dumb enough to throw a 100mm cannon on anything. So I think 130s would have been 123, 130, something around there would have been, or 127. 130 would have been the lower end of that. I don't know why Wargaming thinks 100mm is a viable option. But, yeah, you never know. We all could, maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong. Okay, so we have also, they announced that they're going to try and incorporate this whole weather pattern a little bit more often. So as we saw the weather pattern in that one operation. We then saw the weather pattern make a little bit different appearance. There we go. Good talking, right? A different appearance in the space battles meta. So I would expect to see, I think they said they're going to drop it at a low-end rate, maybe at Tier 10, where we're going to start seeing weather patterns move through. And I really enjoyed that weather pattern in the operation. So it would be really great to see that more often, and hopefully we'll be seeing it not only at higher tiers of play, but lower tiers of play as well. So, you know, one can only hope. Then, once this was all said and done, the Phils moved on and announced that community contributors are going to have special packs and patches and ribbons and flags and emblems that can be utilized for their community. I think if you subscribe in some fashion to a community contributor, then they would be they have a patch or an emblem for them. And then crates and loot can fall. You guys really have to watch this video to see, exactly what they meant by that. This is not the first time I've seen them mention it, and I'm really not. It almost sounds like they're trying to make the community contributor experience with wargaming and with the viewers for content creators to be a little bit more interactive. But then my question, being a young and new community contributor and not even in the CC program, is you only have so many people in the CC program. How are you going to decide which ones are going to be partaking in this? Which ones are going to participate? Who are you giving flags and emblems to? How does this work? Is this open? I mean, in the message, they made a comment about they wanted to, I think the word was anybody that had been used in the video. I really doubt that's what they meant. I doubt that they're going to open up to low-end content creators or low viewership content creators. I would love that. I'd love to be able to offer this up for you guys that are watching me, so that we can grow our community a little more. But I don't know. I guess we'll all just have to wait and see what Wargaming ends up doing with that. Alright, so you guys can check out my Scuttlebutt episode 2, at least I think it was, or maybe it was my 7.4 update. I really can't remember. But either way, 7.4 is about ready to launch, go live. I know I spoke briefly about this in one of those two videos. I think a good YouTuber would have done his research and figured out which video it was. Especially after his computer just finished going through a hard crash. Oh well, lessons learned for another time. So, the discipline, the unsportsmanlike conduct system is going to go live here on Wednesday. We will be seeing the changes that I spoke about there. If you haven't seen any of this information on 7.4, I really suggest going to the warships.com, look at what they've got on their for their news on their main website. It's going to have a full breakdown for all of you that want to read it in more detail. But to briefly go over it, we've got that disciplinary system overhaul taking shape. We have the changes to the matchmaker, which I went a rant about that last time. I don't think their solution is going to solve the problem, because you can still have a tier 8 ship saying a tier 10 ship. It's going to see, let's say if it's a destroyer is only going to see tier 8 destroyers, but you're still going to have a destroyer seeing tier 10 cruisers, which is the hard counter to the destroyer. But I digress. I'm not going to go into another rant about this. So maybe I'm wrong, and Wargaming has taken that into account as well, and I'm just not seeing it or reading it or understanding it. I guess we'll all wait and see what happens after tonight. So there's going to be changes to the ribbons and achievements. Your detailed ribbons are going to be standard now. Your damage counter is standard now. Your tanking damage, or damage upon spotting, I guess you could say, is something that you can activate in the settings screen of your menu. Same thing with potential damage. So if you want to see, how well you're dodging your shells, and how much damage you're getting on what you're spotting, things like that, you now have the ability to see that counting as the match goes. So that'll be very, very interesting. So they're also separating, for those of us carrier players, which I know I said us, but I'm really not a carrier player. But you'll be able to see what your bombs have done. Have they over-penetrated? Have they penetrated? You're going to have ribbon counts for that as well, so that'll be fun to see. Achievement changes. Clear Sky is gone. Not going to worry about Clear Sky anymore. Now you have King of the Air, which is specifically for aircraft carriers, and you have AA Defense Expert for everybody else. King of the Air will be awarded for 55 enemy aircraft knocked out of the sky, and the AA Expert will be for 50 aircraft knocked out of the sky. It is a hard number, guys. It is not a fraction of what is in the game. Also in this patch, you will be able to, for your Pan-Asian ships, you'll be able to actually outfit the proper flag for the nation they were for, instead of just being some generic Pan-Asian flag. That'll be nice. And Ranked Battles is kicking off, everybody. And I'm going to wrap this up. Video's almost over. So real quick, what we have going on with Ranked Battles, which starts off here, is the first set, tiers 23 through rank 11. You'll see tier 8 ships. Then at ranks 10 through 2, you will see tier 10 ships, and after that you will be palling around in tier 7 ships. So let's see how Khareja did here. Top of the list, of course, and I think he earned himself a bit of damage. 126, 430,000 in credits. He did a pretty good job. I hope you all have enjoyed the video. I will see you guys next time.